The FTX crypto exchange, one of the most active sponsors of financial YouTubers.
If you sign up with our link,
using my link,
there are referral links
if you use my link below,
and sports stars.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto. It's the best way to get in the game.
With a founder described like this.
Okay, the guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire in the world.
In a cringy Nas Daily video that FTX probably paid a lot of money for and Nas has since deleted. He lived in the Bahamas, apparently with 10 polyamorous roommates, including his girlfriend Caroline Ellison, who is an executive at sister company Alameda Research, where Bankman-Fried kept sending customer money.
Oops, sorry.
And she had a unique way of managing those funds.
Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses.
And in November 2022, FTX, which was once valued at $32 billion, filed for bankruptcy. Initial reports showed $8 billion missing from customer accounts. In their filing, they disclosed that they had between $10 billion and $50 billion worth of assets, and between the same amounts, $10 billion and $50 billion worth of liabilities. But how much of that is actually left? Let's find out on this episode of Dirty Money. FTX has now paid a team of lawyers that charge the very reasonable price of $1,452 per hour to go through the books and find out the value of FTX assets. These fees have added up to $20 million over about a month and a half. Lawyers from Sullivan & Cromwell have located $5.5 billion in assets. $1.7 billion of that is in cash on FTX's books, and $3.5 billion is in cryptocurrency. Out of those crypto assets, $268 million is in Bitcoin, which is relatively stable and has the potential to even increase in value if not sold immediately. Then there's $245 million in stablecoins, which have values pegged to the US dollar. But as we go down the list, it gets more disturbing. There was $529 million in FTT, which is FTX's own coin and has lost most of its value since November. Thus, this position would have originally been worth billions and may be impossible to liquidate. Then there's $42 million in Dogecoin, the dog-themed crypto.
The point is that Dogecoin was invented as a joke.
That's right, $42 million in a joke coin. And there's also $1.2 billion held in cryptocurrencies on other exchanges. And then there is an additional undisclosed amount invested in what lawyers are calling illiquid assets, cryptos that may be hard to sell, like Trump Loses coin. Yes, FTX created that coin. It was part of a two-coin system, Trump Win and Trump Lose. These coins were redeemable at $1 per coin, depending on whether Trump won or lost the election. Strangely, there's still a load of it on FTX's books. Even for the more well-known cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum, if FTX was to sell the coins all at once to settle debts, it would flood the market and crash the price. Thus, the balance sheet would have to be unloaded slowly. Then there's also $1.6 billion that FTX invested in other companies, such as FTX's $500 million investment in the stock brokerage Robinhood. That $4.6 billion may be fully or partially reclaimable depending on valuations on those companies and whether they are public or private. Then finally, FTX owns 36 properties in the Bahamas valued at around $250 million. You see the balcony of Bankman-Fried's $30 million penthouse in Nas's video. The company apparently owned 15 condos in the same community. The government of the Bahamas wants to oversee the sale of these properties, deciding where the money goes. But one thing is for sure, FTX customers and lenders to the exchange will see a multi-year battle and probably only see a fraction of their money back. Bankman-Fried's own personal fortune peaked at $26 billion. It had fallen to $16 billion just before the bankruptcy filing and afterwards fell to zero within the space of a few days. Bloomberg called it one of history's greatest ever destructions of wealth, and that is true for Bankman-Fried himself and anyone financially involved with the company. A true case of dirty money. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new for 2 financial mini documentaries every week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.